y'all, Marianne, RockingRvAdventures. Got a good video for you today. Wanted to share some of our thoughts on why we do not like RVing. So as normal, I always take notes so that I don't miss any points that I want to cover. And I'm still rocking my pandemic hair. I wish it would grow out a little faster, but it is what it is. So let's get into today's video. It's not all wine and roses. Things happen, things break, but you know how that is when you're hauling a house down the road. So one of the main reasons I don't like RVing is I'm far away from my adult children and grandkids. But even when we live close to them, they're busy doing life. We didn't get to see them as often as we liked. But that does kind of stink when you miss your grandkids. I mean, you can always do FaceTime, and we do that. But it's just not the same as putting your arms around them, kissing their little heads and playing games with them or whatever. So that's one of the reasons I don't like RVing. Another one is things break, like I mentioned. You're hauling a house down the road. Things can break on your travel trailer, your fifth wheel, your Class A motorhome or whatever, or your tow vehicle. It's like an earthquake going down the road when you're hauling an RV. So things break. And sometimes getting parts can be really difficult, or finding a technician if you need one to come out and fix your RV, which is really frustrating if you can't find somebody to come fix it. For us, we have a Ford pickup truck with a 7.3 diesel, and it's harder sometimes to find somebody to work on it if we need to. Thank God it's only happened once where we had to get towed, and that was on our first day out 6 years ago. But I'll save that story for another time. But also rising fuel cost. It's getting more and more expensive to travel or to go place to place when you're paying really high either gas or diesel fuel prices. And that makes it hard for some people. They have to stay stationary because they can't afford to put the fuel in their vehicle. Another reason I don't like RVing is a small space. It's even harder when you travel with dogs. Even though they're not super big, well, two of mine are big, but they take up room. And so that's one reason I don't like RVing. The weather. It can be too hot or too cold, and it's really hard to keep your RV cool when it's in the high 90s, or keep it warm when it's in the 30s. There's not a whole lot of insulation in these. I mean, even if you have a 4 seasons like we do, it still gets cold or gets hot. We do have the 2 air conditioning units on this rig. This is a Grand Design Reflections 315, which I absolutely love. But there are times it gets a little chilly and you have to add on extra blankets because you don't want to run your heater all night or your boondocking. Another reason I don't like RVing is the rising campground fees. It seems like the fees have really gone up. I just tried to make a reservation at one in Florida that we had stayed at numerous times, and now it's $84 a night. No thank you. That's really, really high for just an overnight. So I'm seeing that campground fees for stays are going up. On the flip side of that, you might want to consider staying a week and getting a weekly rate, or getting a monthly rate if you need to stay put for a while. Tow vehicle repairs. And you got to keep your tires up. You have to replace your tires. You can get a blown tire. Just things break either on the trailer or in the truck, or you get a blown tire. Saying goodbye to friends and family. I don't like to say goodbye. I always say I'll see you on the next go around, because I don't like to say goodbye. That's really hard for me, and I'm very emotional, and I love people, and it's hard when you're leaving your besties and your kids or whoever. It's hard saying goodbye. Another thing that I miss having is my own washer and dryer. Why we are plumbed for a washer and dryer, we chose not to put one in for the extra weight. Plus, we were concerned if you had a water leak, it's in your closet. So we haven't yet. That might be something we might consider down the road, is putting a washer and dryer in, because I miss having my own washer and dryer. I miss having a large kitchen. While this is a pretty good sized kitchen in the 315 Grand Design Reflections, I miss having lots of space. You know, we lived on a ranch, and we had a ranch house and had a huge kitchen. So that's one of the other things I miss, is having a big kitchen. And I miss having folks in. It's really limited to how many people you can have and seat comfortably in your RV. You know, for us, we do have 2 seats at the kitchen desk here, the 2 recliners. 3 people could sit on the couch, but it's not, I guess what I'm trying to say is I just liked having the extra room. Okay, now on the flip side of all of this, would I change a thing? Absolutely not. We love being on the road. We love meeting new people. We enjoy our work camping when we're work camping and seeing lots of sights. So with that, leave it better than you found it. Make it a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.